Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Business Breakthrough with Barbara show. Happy Monday. This one's a little bit different because I am re-recording on Sunday, so I'm not here live, but rest assured that I will come back and answer all of your questions, go through all of your comments like I most of the time do. So yeah, as you go through this episode, as you go through this video, I know that I'm not right here live, but know that I recorded this for you because it's such an important topic. Like I could not postpone it or push it back for next year. I really wanted to go in and talk about this right now because it's definitely something that a lot of entrepreneurs and coaches always like battle with, right? Like battle with the idea of like, I need to hire support, but like, what if I don't make back my investment and all of that good stuff? So it's pre-recorded, but my energy, heart, and soul is right here with you. And I will come back and talk to everyone. I hope everyone had incredible holidays. I hope you took some time off and you stayed safe and you smiled and laughed. I know holidays can be such a beautiful time, but they're also really hard times as well. So yeah, I actually had a question for you. What if you could describe your holidays in one word? What would that word be? Drop that in the comments and let me know what that word would be. I haven't even thought of mine. I think mine would be, I think Nick described them as perfect, which I think it's a really good word. I would say perfect, and perfect in an imperfect way as well, because, you know, it was a little different, not too much. We never do anything really big, but it was really nice because my dad has been here for a really long time. I don't know if you guys know this, but my dad travels a lot. So the holiday season is always like super stressful. I never know if he's going to be here or if he's going to catch a flight or not. So it was just nice. He's been here for a while. And I don't know, we just had a lot of fun. We just spent time with our families and it was just perfectly imperfect. So what's your word? How would you describe your holidays? I'm super curious to know. So what we're going to talk about today, what I'm going to talk about today is how to always make your money back when you're investing in coaching. So I have 10 pointers for you and I have a disclaimer. Okay, I have to say this because it's so important for me and for everyone else to know this. The title of this live stream is how to always make your money back. And here is the thing that I must say. This is not like a guarantee. Like I am not legally allowed to tell you that I can guarantee you results. I would get in a lot of legal trouble for doing so. Any coach would, right? Like no one can tell you that. No health it's like a doctor can tell you like, I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to save you. It's just not a feasible or legally smart thing to do. I titled it that because the steps that I'm going to go through today are so important. And these are the things that all of my clients who are doubling, tripling, quadrupling their coaching investment are consistently doing. Right? These are the things that I've seen over and over again for myself. Whenever I invest in coaching, whenever I get the most results and whenever I get the least results, I compare and contrast. And these are the things that I pinpoint that are super, super important. If you are wanting to get support next year and you are wanting to grow your business to the next level, or even if you're wanting to go into any other coaching relationship, life, career, health, what else? Finance, any other type of coaching. This is how you're going to guarantee that that investment gives you an ROI, right? Like for business coaching, the ROI, it's going to be profit. For health, it will be other things and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go through the 10 tips that I have for you. And I want to say a reminder, it is the last, I think it's the last live stream, if not the second to last live stream, where I will be talking to you about my very last spot to rise up for the month of January. So I opened up 3 spots, 3 regular spots. 2 of them were gone very, very quickly. I have 1 left. Then I opened up 2 spots for people who participated in my challenge. Those literally got taken 48 hours right after they were opened up. So if you have been wanting to really start and grow and scale your business next year, and you want to start off with the right note, and you want to start off with someone guiding you and telling you exactly how to do it, this program is amazing for you. It's a 6-week program. So you and I, it's short, but it's very, very powerful. So you and I are diving deep into all the foundational pieces that your business is going to need to operate, to get clients, and to make money. So we start from the very, very beginning, which is setting up your business foundations, meaning we need to figure out your ideal client, what your business is, what solutions you bring to the table, why are you valuable, why are you different, and all of that good stuff. So we need to solidify the business first. Then the next phase of that program is we go into program creation and enhancement. So we dive deep into together, we create an irresistible offer that your ideal client will actually want to buy next year, that they cannot wait to work with you in. So it's divided in 3 phases. Phase 1, we set foundations. Then we go into program development. As you can tell, each phase builds on the other. And then phase 3, we go into content creation and marketing. So now that we have your entire business set up from the very ground to your program, now we need to get that out into as many eyes as possible. Most importantly, into the right eyes of individuals who actually do want to buy from you. So we go really deep into creating your first content strategy. I teach you exactly what I do and how I do it. And we start getting out there and marketing. A lot of people who take this program are already booking calls by week 5 or 6, right? Because it's like a short jump start. Let's get your business up and running, and really, really, really far into making it profitable, right? So yeah, if you've been wanting that type of support, I have 1 spot left for the month of January. Book a discovery call so we can chat. My calendar is pretty booked because I'm going on vacation, but book it for the first week of January or for the second or whatever, but make sure that you book that call to so we can talk and see if it's the right thing for you. If it's not the right thing for you, I will tell you it's not the right thing for you and direct you to the thing that is, or the person that is. And if it is, we'll talk about it. Okay, that's it. I'm going to go into the 10 things because this is pre-recorded and I don't want to take forever. So here's the first thing that I have to say about making back your investment. It really starts with an energy, right? And, you know, it really starts with the idea of not hiring a coach from a place of desperation, but from a place of excitement. It's such a difference. And I'm not saying that your business can't be in a place of desperation, right? Like, I'm not saying like if you're struggling or if you've had a couple bad months or if you've been trying for a year to get it started. I'm not saying like the desperation scenario cannot be there, right? But like your internal energy, like, can you just like separate yourself from that desperation and really lean into like, oh, this is such an exciting investment. It feels a little scary, right? But it feels so exciting. Like, it feels so in alignment. It feels like, oh my God, this is the thing that's going to help me. It's such a different place of going into the relationship versus like, oh my God, I am so desperate and I'm drowning in a sea of desperation and this needs to happen by week 2. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy, right? This is why this is so important. It's because building a business is a journey. It's not a linear path, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. And if you come into the relationship from a place of desperation versus like excitement, what happens is when we have a stumbling block or when we have like something that feels like it's not going to help you get there, you start feeling even more desperate, right? Like, and you start putting so much pressure on the process of getting clients and making money. And look, easier said than done, obviously, especially if you are actually in a scenario of desperation in your business or like full on pressure, obviously easier said than done. But I've been there, right? Like, I've been in a place where it's like, I've had a couple rough months, you know, they were not my most profitable months. You know, it's not that I was like in deep struggle. I was still making money and like covering the basics and then a little more, but I know what it's like, right? Like, I know what it's like to be like, oh, this is not like the best time for me to be investing in one-on-one coaching. However, you have to try to get rid of that. Get rid of like the stress and the pressure and that energy and go into it like, I trust myself. I trust this journey. I trust this coach. I trust that this is the best thing for me. And I am just so excited to move through the fear and make it happen. Okay, so that is tip number one. Tip number two is really determine what type of coach and what type of support you need. Okay, so a lot of people just hire a coach just because, right? They're just like, they really got hooked in their marketing message or they saw a testimonial and they went for it. And obviously we want that, right? Like we want to like the way that the coach is marketing. We want to like the results that the coach is getting. But I've talked to so many women who have coaching trauma. And sometimes, yes, it was a horrible experience where the coach didn't show up for the experience and where the coach promised this and promised that and they didn't deliver that. But a lot of times it's also them not taking the time to make the right choice for them. Okay, so let me give you an example. If you're a brand new, I'm going to give you a personal example because this one's really easy for me. If you're a brand new coach, you have nothing, right? Like you just have a business idea, business desire, and you just know you're going to make this happen. Things that you can look at is like, for example, working with a business coach who specializes in working with early stage coaches, right? Or at least markets to them, because I work with all kinds of coaches, early stage, more seasoned coaches, wildly profitable coaches. I mean, a lot of my clients work with me from the beginning and now they're like at a whole different stage of their business. But really, my whole business model is designed as I get you, I understand you, I feel you, I know where you're at, I can meet you there. I know the type of support that you need. If you're working with a coach that's working with like 7-figure entrepreneurs, I know that that feels exciting because you're like, oh my God, I'm brand new and I really want to get to 7 figures. Cool, that feels really exciting. But is that type of support going to provide what you need as a new coach, right? Like that type of support, it's a lot different. That type of support is, I work with individuals who know what they're doing, right? So like, I don't need to handhold them. I know I don't need to dive deep into their business. It's more about empowering them and helping them just get out of their own way so that they keep doing what they're doing. It's different. You don't have someone guiding you step by step. So, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm just giving you examples of things that you can look for. Also, perhaps you feel like you need someone to tell you how to do it, right? Like you need the strategy, you need to figure out like what are the steps that you need to be taking, but you consistently get in your own way. And you work with a coach who's like super strategic. She's like, do this, do this, do this, do that. But then like fear, doubt, and insecurity comes up. And then that coach is like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Here's what you need to do. You should do it. If you don't hire support, like someone like myself, who will help you through the internal things too, right? Like confidence and strategy, then it's going to be really hard for you to make back your investment, because the moment that you get handed that strategy and you have a fear come up and you can't show up for your business, if you don't have someone by your side that can help you process that, then you're stuck. Okay, let me see. Do I have another example? For example, another thing to look for, you're a brand new coach. I keep giving the example of a brand new coach. You probably need someone who will talk to you in between sessions a lot. You probably need someone who you can ask questions to a lot, right? A lot of coaches don't offer that, right? Like they don't offer so much support in between sessions. So you want to hire the kind of support that you feel like you need at the moment, right? So that you can get the results. If you hire a coach who's like, cool, we have 4 sessions a month, we meet once a week, I'm gonna tell you what to do, we're gonna process, and then we'll talk next week, then of course it's gonna be hard to make back your investment, because the second you hang up and then something scary comes up or you start doubting yourself again, if that person is not there to support you, then you're gonna get stuck and the investment is not going to be as easily returned. So for example, if you wanna work with someone like myself, who offers a ton of support in between sessions, okay? This is not always the case. This may not be you. You may be like super high achiever, you never get in your own way and you don't need in between sessions. Cool. That's awesome. You just need to figure out what type of support you actually need if you want to make back your investment. Okay. Thing number 3. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a little break there. Thing number 3, you need to make sure that you and the coach are a right fit. Okay. So just like you need to find the right support, you got to make sure, like, do you actually like this coach? Do you like their beliefs? Do you like their values? Do you like how they show up for their community? Do you like their content? Like, it's so important to have that high connection with your coach. I can think of a few cases where I've hired a coach, and I've never really had a horrible coaching experience. I'm always like the star coaching student, but I definitely can think of cases where I've hired coaches who were so different to me, right? They were all like hustle, 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 sell, 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 and it's like, it's just such a different journey that you take if the person is completely out of alignment with who you are. Okay. Number 4, you need to understand that there are so many different return on investment when it comes to coaching. Okay, some are more tangible than others. So you really need to celebrate all the intangible results along the way. So obviously we're going into business coaching with the idea that we're going to make back our investment and then some, and the investment is going to keep on giving for years and years and on. Beautiful. That's my number 1 goal if you work with me. However, if you do want to get to that point where you're like double, tripling, quadrupling your investment, you have to understand that there's intangible growth that happens in between the income increase, right? So if you are going through the coaching relationship and you're like, oh my God, but it's been like 2 weeks and I haven't gotten a client, and all you're seeing is the growth in the income, whenever that's not happening, you're going to feel defeated, right? So you have to really focus on the intangible growth, right? Like, oh my God, my community is growing. Oh my God, look how confident I feel. Oh my God, I have a content plan for the first time in like 2 years. I literally love my business and I'm obsessed with it. I finally feel confident in my messaging. Oh my God, I'm booking discovery calls. Oh my God, I had a discovery call and they didn't convert, but look at this, it's my first call. You have to really look at the tangible and intangible milestones in between that will get you the return of investment. Because the more defeated that you feel because it's not working right away, it's because you're only focusing on the return of investment. And the more that you can focus on the journey and celebrating all the little steps that are taking you there, the easier that you're going to make your money back. Okay. Number 5, this sounds counter. I don't even remember what I wrote. I wrote this like a week ago. This sounds counterintuitive, but don't solely focus on making back your investment, because that creates so much pressure and it makes you focus on the wrong things. Okay. So if you want to make back your investment, stop focusing on making back your investment. Really start focusing on doing the work, start focusing on growing, start focusing on showing up for your business, start focusing on doing your mindset work and your confidence work and all of that good stuff. That is what's going to help you get a return of investment versus like, oh my God, I need to make the money back right now. Yeah. And I know it's hard. This is work, but it's so important that you know the importance of this. Number 6, focus on, I feel like I repeat every single one now. Focus on the work, the journey, the inner confidence that you're building, the progress, how much happier you feel, how much more action you're taking, the micro wins along the way. Okay. That was number 6. I kind of said that. I got ahead of myself a little bit, but it's okay. Number 7, don't let little stumbling blocks that are part of the process knock you down. Okay, so here's what I see a lot. My clients are doing amazing. Boom, 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 boom. Win after win, win after win, win after win. And then something bad happens. Bad. Someone said no, or a client backed out, or whatever. They were speculating to make $6,000 and they only made 582, whatever. My clients who get out of that quickly, they're like, hey, this is what's happening. This is how I'm feeling it. Let's process it. Let me feel what I feel. Let me get into a more empowered space and let me keep going. Those are the ones who keep making money, right? Like, but if they're like, oh my God, like I got into a discovery call and they said no, and I was really hoping that they would say yes, and they get really stuck on the tiny stumbling blocks that you're inevitably going to experience in your business, then that makes the journey a little bit longer, right? Like you're still going to succeed. You're still going to get clients, but the time that you get stuck there, it's time that you're wasting that we could be using. So it's normal. You're human. You're going to have days that you're off. You're going to have weeks that you're off. You may even have months that you're off. Hello, that happened to me this year. But the faster that you can be like, all right, cool, whatever, I don't care. She said no, she's in my follow-up list. I'll follow up with her in a month. Let's keep going. Let's get my next lead. Let's do my next live stream. Let's do my next thing. the faster that you're going to make money and generate a return on investment. I know I'm going fast, I just have to go. The reason why I'm not here tomorrow, just so you know, is because we're helping Nick's sister move today and tomorrow. So that's why I'm going really fast, because we're about to leave. 8, work on your mindset like your business and return of investment depended on it, because it does. Okay, it does. Every single day, you have to work on your mindset. You have to wake up every day and shift yourself into a space of, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. The more that you work on your confidence, the more that you work on your mindset, the better that you're going to feel, the more belief that you're going to have, and the more action that you're going to take. And the more action that you take with the right mindset, the more results that you get, and the faster that you get them. Okay. Number 10, coaching is somewhat similar to getting a degree. It costs money, duh. It takes time, duh. And sometimes just a tad bit longer than you expect. But that doesn't mean that you quit on the first job interview that you get a no on. Okay, so if you get a degree, okay, you spend 4 years getting a degree. You spend a ton of money getting that degree. You graduate, you get that degree. Let's say you go to your first job interview and you get a no. Are you going to stop looking for jobs? No, absolutely not. And it's kind of like the same idea with coaching, where it's like, coaching is a little bit like a degree, right? Like, you're learning something from scratch. You're stepping into a version of yourself that you have never been before. So you're really, really evolving yourself in a way that you never have. Now, if you're a month into coaching and you still haven't gotten your first client, are you going to quit? No, because just like the degree example, you keep going to interviews until you get the job that you want. So maybe you thought you would get it in week 1, but you get it in month 1.5. That's still amazing. You got the job that you wanted. And it's the same with coaching, right? Like, maybe you wanted a client week 2, but you get it in month 1.5. It doesn't matter. You keep going until you get the client, until you make the money, until you grow your business the way that you want it to. This is actually one of the reasons why my signature coaching program is 6 months long, because my whole goal, if you work with me in a long-term container, is you come to me wherever you are, whether you're making $2,000 a month, whether you're making 0, whether you're making 5, we talk about your goals, and then we have ample space to create that time frame, right? So if you say, like, I want to get booked out with clients in 3 weeks, and we don't have that space and that time and that container to make that happen, it's going to be really hard for us to make it happen, right? So we may get it in 3 weeks, but if we don't, then what? If we don't, we analyze, we strategize, we move forward, and then we may get it in 6 weeks or 7 weeks. And it doesn't matter, because you're still getting booked out. And after you do it, it gets easier and easier and easier. Just like after you go through your 5 job interviews and you get the job of your dreams, going through interviews becomes a little bit easier, right? Like, and you become a way better interviewer, and you know what to look for and things like that. It's the same thing here. Once you reach your goals, because you have ample space to do it, and you're not giving up on the first no or the first disappointment that you have, the faster and the more effectively that you will make your return of investment. And last but definitely not least, have the utmost level of personal responsibility for your results and success. Remember that you are the key to your success, and a coach is nothing but a catalyst to help you unlock that key way faster, way more effectively than if you were doing it on your own. So a lot of people go into coaching thinking, like, here you go, I'm just going to throw money at the fire, and then this person's going to solve my problems. But that's not how you make a return of investment. You make a return of investment, and you double and triple and quadruple your investment when you go into it knowing, like, cool, I'm the key. I have to do the work. I have to learn how to think differently and how to act differently and how to show up like a CEO. I have to master business. I have to really heighten my business acumen. And I really, really have to work on getting the F out of my own way. Okay. Now, when you go into it like that, where you're like, this is my responsibility to get these results, and coaching is the vehicle and the catalyst that will make this journey easier, more effectively. This coach is going to guide me and support me and teach me and mentor me and help me get out of my way and process and help me see things from a different perspective and teach me what she knows, right? However, she is not the key to my success. You are unstoppable, and your success is inevitable. It is. It really, truly is. I have seen it dozens and dozens and dozens of times. But that requires you to go into coaching from a place of full commitment and full responsibility. A lot of people don't like to hear that. A lot of coaches don't talk about this, right? But I'm blunt and honest, and I want you to know what it's going to take for you and I to get the results that you want. And it takes for you to have massive self-responsibility over the course of 6 months or a year or 2 years or however long we work together, right? Because there's only so much I can do as a business coach. There's only 50% of the work that I can do. If you're not doing the other 50%, you will struggle a little bit more, right? It will take a little bit longer. Yeah. If you're not prioritizing the goals that we set, if you're not prioritizing the work that we do, if you're not willing to do the uncomfortable and move through your fear, then the support is not going to be as helpful. And the return of investment is not going to be as massive. Okay. That's not to say you're not allowed to struggle. That's not to say you're not allowed to have bad days. That's not to say that you had a couple of weeks where you didn't show up. That's what coaching is for, right? Like, I'm here to help you get out of that fast and effectively, but you have to want and commit to doing the work. When you do that, and when you are like, I can do this, and this person is the best vehicle and catalyst for me, your business will blow up. And a lot of my clients don't come to me knowing and understanding this. And self-empowerment and self-responsibility is something that I teach them, and they master so quickly because it is the foundation of all of the work that we do for however long we work together, which oftentimes is years. Like, I've been working with so many of my clients for years and years on because they keep signing up because we keep reaching new levels. So I know I spoke really fast today. I know this is pre-recorded. At least you can pause the video, stop, ask me questions, share your comments, tell me about your coaching experience. Are you planning on hiring a coach next year? Which one of these resonated with you the most? Let me know everything in the comments. And if you have further questions, let me know about that as well. And if you want to take that last spot for Rise Up for January, definitely book a call because it's the last spot. I'd love to chat with you. If you, if by the time we talk that spot gets taken, that's okay. We can talk about whenever I'm opening up a spot again. But anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of 2020. I do think this is my last live stream, pre-recorded live stream for the year. So I just want to let you guys know that I love you and I adore you, and this ever-growing community fills my heart so freaking much. Thank you for being here, and have an amazing, amazing day. And I'm hoping to speak to some of you soon. Bye.